Okay. Hi, everybody. So, everybody has had like a million questions about how this eye thing works. So, in order to answer everyone's questions at the same time, I'll just do a little video blog. Okay. So, what I had done is called PRK. It's a little bit different from traditional LASIK because they don't create a flap. What they do in PRK is they scrape away the top level of cells that cover the cornea. They then apply the laser to correct the misshapen cornea. They then clean it, and once they're done with that, they put what's called a bandage contact lens on it, which will protect it because that area is super sensitive once the numbing drops wear off. And you wear that bandage until your follow-up appointment where the doctor will remove it. So here's how the process works. When you first go in, they'll double check all the measurements. They'll double check everything that they did in the pre-appointment, which is the consult where they find out if you're even a candidate. So you go in, you sign all the paperwork, you take care of however you're paying. Then they take you back to the exam room. Like I said, take any last minute measurements of your eyeballs just to make sure that everything is exactly the way it needs to be, which put me more at ease that they were double and triple checking everything. I had a Valium. I had asked for the Valium when I went for the consult because I was way too nervous to do this without a Valium. They then take you back, you take the Valium, you wait while they prepare the machine, and you wait for the Valium to kick in. Once the Valium has kicked in, they take you to the actual operating room. And they were very, very nice at the place I went. It's called LASIK Plus in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. And the tech led me in. I took my glasses off for the very last time, which was really weird. But I trusted the process, and they led me over to the bed. You lie down, and they get your head in position. They then it's like a little speculum. They use it to hold open your eyelid. It doesn't hurt, but it feels a little weird, but your eyelids can flutter. So you can blink, but you don't have to worry about your eye like closing by mistake during the procedure, which would be pretty frightening. That was something I was afraid of, but you can't. You literally can't. The speculum holds your eye open. So once they have that in place, they put some tape around the outside of your lids just to keep them against the speculum. They'll then put some numbing drops in your eye so that you can't feel what's going on. And this is where it starts to differ from traditional LASIK. So this is the part where they gently scrubbed the surface of my eye to clean it. They then took a sponge with some kind of chemical on it that abraded that epithelium, that top layer of cells, off the cornea so that the cornea is exposed. Once they were done with that, they told me to focus on a flashing green light above me, which, of course, at this point, still blurry, but I could tell it was a green light, so I just did as I was told. Sorry, that was Andy in the kitchen tripping over my great-grandmother's kettle. Don't worry about that. All right. Anyway, where was I? So after they scrape off that top layer of cells, they then tell you that they're going to apply the laser. They tell you to focus on the green light, and then they count down. They say, and the laser is going to start 16 seconds, starting now. And then they hold you and they walk you through it. They tell you you're doing really good. And then when they're done, they say, all done. They then they then rinse the eye with some very cold water. That was the only part that was really irritating, was the super cold water. But I didn't feel any pain because, like I said, they put numbing drops in. So when they're done with that, they gently dry your face because there's water everywhere at this point. They then take out the speculum, take off the tape, put the bandage contact lens in, and then they put like this pirate eye patch on the done eye and move the machine over and repeat the same process on the second eye. In terms of healing, PRK takes a little bit longer to heal than traditional LASIK simply because they don't create a flap. They scraped away a layer of cells, and that has to grow back, unlike the flap, which pretty much basically self-seals itself. The reason that I had PRK is because, as you've seen the picture of my contact lens prescription, I was pretty fucking blind. I had -7 pretty much in both eyes. That contact lens prescription was actually from like 2 or 3 years ago, but it hadn't my prescription had been stable enough that it was safe for me to do it at this point in time. So that's why I had PRK. The healing, I've actually gotten lucky, and it's been really, really good so far. So knock on wood that continues. My pain has been pretty manageable. I've been at about a 1 or a 2, although I will say the first night after the surgery, I did wake up at like 4 in the morning, and the pain had like jacked itself up to like an 8, and I thought I was dying. But I made it through. I got up, I put more artificial tears in, and I managed to get back to sleep, so it wasn't a big deal. Mostly I've just been having crazy itching, and I have to just not touch my eyes, which is really hard because I don't want to knock out the bandage contact, which is really kind of annoying. The biggest complaint about the bandage contacts is that if you wear contact lenses and you've ever fallen asleep in them, they get sticky and gross when you wake up in the morning. So I have to use like a lot of artificial tears when I wake up because yeah. If you wear contacts, you know what that's like. So they gave me these super sexy looking shields that I wear when I sleep to protect my eyes in case I don't, so I don't rub them against the pillow or my hand or anything during the healing. They said I only really needed to wear these for like the first 2 or 3 nights. So tonight probably the last night I need to wear them. For the first day or two when I walked out, I had to always wear these super awesome looking shades of justice. They're pretty cool, right? They're wraparound. So I had to wear these inside for the first day, and outside I have to wear them pretty much outside up until I don't feel like I need them anymore, because let me tell you that day one, I guess yesterday would have been day one after the surgery, everything was way too bright. Like the world was jacked up to like a level 11, and I'm like, you really need to be like a level 2, but everything hurt, even the light inside. It was bad. So I had to wear them inside on the first day. Now, as you can see, I don't need them inside, but boy, do I still need them outside because the sun is burny out. And they give you, I have to take like 20 bajillion different drops. One's an antibiotic. One is a steroid for inflammation. I have to do those 4 times a day. And then, of course, artificial tears, which help keep the eye lubricated, because after the surgery you don't produce nearly as many tears. Luckily, I never had a problem with dry eye, so I'm still producing tears, but not nearly as many as I did before. And then my doctor also, since I had the PRK and it tends to be a little bit more painful in healing, my doctor also gave me analgesic drops, which I only have to use as needed if it really, really hurts. He also gave me these crazy, wacky sleeping pills, which luckily I've only needed to take one, thank God, because they make you super loopy. And he also gave me Percocet in case it really, really hurt. Thank God, I have not needed that yet, but I have it just in case, knock on wood. So that's pretty much it. That's how it works. I'm healing really good so far. Sometimes the vision goes in and out, but that's to be expected with the healing for PRK. But my vision is still really good. I can see everything way better than I can with contacts or glasses. So this was totally worth every penny. I'm loving it. Some days things are super crystal clear, and other days it's like just a little bit fuzzy, but it's still, the world is in focus, and that's what matters. Everything is in focus. I'm sure that when the bandage contact lens is removed, it's going to look even different, which I'm super excited about. So that's it. I guess if you guys still have any questions, you can let me know. I think I covered pretty much the whole process. I seriously don't know what I was so afraid of for so long. I'm really glad that I went ahead and just did it. I can thank my mother and Katie for that, because they both were really brave and showed me that, hey, I can do this too. So yeah, it's awesome. I can see. I don't have glasses or contacts in, and it's like the best thing in the world. I literally, when I did walk out from the operating room, I was so excited that I literally burst into tears. Katie is my witness. I was just like, oh my God, I can see you. And I just like dissolved. And I turned to the text behind the desk, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, no, it's okay. This happens a lot. I was like, okay, I'm sure. But yeah, so pretty emotional, because I've been blind for a very long time. So glasses and contacts since first grade. Now we're free. All right, well, I'll see you later, guys. That's all. I just wanted to answer everyone's questions in one place. If there's still anything you want to ask me, feel free. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Bye.